Hi, in this guide I want to have a look at the legendary heroes that are available for non-spenders and how you can best work on upgrading them, selecting a team to focus on and working on upgrading them. If you look at the different categories for the rider, we have Maddie and Frank, we have Trish and Mio, and that's it. So all available ones I've unlocked. I think Trish and Mio via the value voucher event, and Maddie of course has many different ways to get the fragments. It's the only legendary hero that you can really get fragments for in quite easy ways. So that's the main reason why for the rider category I focus on Maddie and Frank, not because she's the best of the bunch, but because I have limited resources as a non-spender, and I just prefer to for the rider hero to focus on something that is quite someone that's quite easy to upgrade. Currently I have her at Lieutenant Colonel 2 and level 60. For the infantry heroes, some of the possibilities, or all possibilities, are Ash, Nicola, Wolf, and Ray and Rolex. Ray and Rolex I haven't unlocked yet. I think it's for spenders only. It might be that on the early times Ray's place was available, that Ray and Rolex was there. Wouldn't surprise me looking at the name. I haven't really looked at it at that time, so I don't know for sure. Anyway, I haven't seen any possibility to unlock that hero. So looking at the heroes that I have available, neither of them is very easy to get. You don't have a situation like Maddie and Frank for the infantry heroes. That's why I focus on Ash, which is the newest and the best of the ones that I have available. So I prefer to focus on her. If it's going to be expensive anyway, then I better make sure I get a lot of value for what I spend. I'm talking about the in-game credits. Okay, and finally the Hunter, which for me is quite easy on which to focus because I only have one, which is Jeb. I'm not that happy with Jeb, but that's the only one I have at the moment. As alternatives, you could have Zoe, which is is at the moment available, but you need to rank with the top 50 for the survival of the fittest event in the overall ranking, or twice in the top 51 to 100 to get the required 10 fragments to unlock her, which is for me turned out too hard. I haven't been able to rank for that event. Another alternative is Lucky. I haven't seen that one for free anywhere. I think it's a spenders only one. Supposedly also not as good as Zoe, so from that point of view maybe also not that useful. Anyway, for now I've decided to focus on Jeb, but I will later go into that. I'm not actually putting a lot of focus on him because I hope that at some point I will unlock something better. So now let's look at, now that I've explained what team of legendary heroes to focus on, at least for me. You can have some other considerations. Of course, at this moment, this is not necessarily my best team. Actually, I have Eva at maxed out, and that is a much better hunter than the Jab that I have at the moment. But let's first look at Maddie and Frank. So there are several relatively easy ways to get fragments. I mean, it's not that you get huge amounts at the same time, But you do get some, for example, via the Intel missions, you sometimes get 2 Medi fragments, so keep an eye out for those. If you do a plague zone, participate in that, you can get 1 chest a day that, for me lately mostly contains only 1 Medi fragment, but it can also contain 5 fragments, so if you're lucky that can go quite fast. But try to do a plague zone every day to at least get that 1 fragment. For me, Medi is the most common drop from the epic. I mean, from a legendary hero point of view, the most common one that drops from the epic search maps. So that is also a way. And there is a fortress or bunker where you can get Medi fragments as rewards. Maybe there are other ways. I'm not even sure if I'm complete, and maybe they will introduce other ways. Anyway, there are some relatively easy ways to get some Medi fragments. I've now gotten at a stage where I need 70 to upgrade to a next level, so that's for sure not going very fast. But I don't really have to do anything. I don't have to spend biocaps or spend any other rare things to upgrade her, so I just keep upgrading her. That's also what I want to mention. I'm not spending my generic legendary hero fragments on Medi, so those are these fragments that you can exchange for any legendary hero fragments. I'm not spending them on Medi. You might be tempted to do that, but I really advise against it. The thing is that, these are in my eyes just too powerful. If you can see what you can do with these, with Ash, and what you get for boosts, then spending them on Medi, which you eventually can upgrade for free anyway, it just seems like a waste. So if you have been doing that, reconsider and don't continue with that, I would say. So that's it for Medi. Now, looking at Ash, I've already been talking about her a bit. It was, I'm using my legendary, the generic legendary hero fragments that I was just mentioning about. I'm using them on Ash. I think it's a good or the best way to spend them for me at the moment. I think she's my most powerful hero. If you look, I haven't upgraded her to a very high level yet, Major 1. Level 50, and at this level she's already with some boosts. If you look at I'm mostly for the heroes, not looking at this. Maybe some people will say that is stupid, but I'm not really focused on that. For me, I want to be able to do combat against other players well. And if I look here, that I already get the defense boost, infantry defense boost of 150%. At this level, and in addition get enemy settlement troop defense debuff of 15.9%, a settlement troop attack of 31.75%. Those are nice numbers. Infantry lethality and attack I'm not that interested in, because infantry is more for the defensive point of view. Health, I think, doesn't really stand out compared to Chef, which is my alternative. But if we look at the stats for Chef here, that I have already upgraded a lot further, it is here at 125 infantry defense, and the maximum infantry defense is actually 130.3. The infantry health and lethality, I believe they will stay at this level, which is the same as I'm at with Ash. And here you have a wood gathering speed. Nice to increase your wood gathering, but I much prefer the combat boosts I get from Ash. The march capacity currently for Ash is a bit higher. I believe if I would upgrade Chef to 80 legendary, it will be a bit higher again than Ash at level 50. But I don't think that's reason enough for me to switch back to Chef because of the infantry defense and the other boost that I'm getting with Ash. So I just plan to stay with her. So these, maybe first my goal. I mean, it's now going a lot slower. The first to level 50 was quite okay to get her there. Currently I need 30 fragments, so 5 times 30 fragments to get her to the next level, 150 fragments. That is quite a lot. That will go quite slow. But I'll keep working on that. After that, I'm not sure whether I'm going to continue. I hope that by that time I have a better better alternative for Jeb. And then I might focus my generic hero fragments and other resources on getting that hero up, because after that I feel it's just spending 350 and 5 times 70 for the next level after this, and then getting into general 5 times 120, 600. That is really a huge amount. I believe I probably can better have 2 heroes, 2 very good heroes at level 60 and Lieutenant Colonel 1, then getting them all to General. That's just going to take for a very long time. Well, getting them to Lieutenant Colonel is something that I should be able to do for free in not too long. Probably still going to take me a couple of months, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, where to get this generic legendary hero fragments? There are some different ways. Currently the Alliance Throwdown is not active, but when that is active, there are 2 ways to get these generic fragments for everyone. You get them when with an alliance you score the maximum amount of points, and every individual player also has enough points. So this is one way that you should definitely every 2 weeks get. I believe maybe the amount depends on which level you are with the Alliance Throwdown. So try to do as well as possible. Maybe you get more. I don't have experience. I believe we get 5 at a level that we are at. Then there are also at our level for the top 3 players some legendary hero fragments, the generic ones. So normally I tend to end up with the top 3. Of course that is not for everyone, but just try to do well and maybe you're lucky. Another way is from the Reservoir Raid event. The personal ranking there also gives you some generic hero fragments, so also pay attention to that. Then you have events like seasonal events like this Mother's Day event that's going on now. So most of the time you have something like this where you can you get a certain credit for all kind of activities, and once you do that, once you have that, you can click here on a button and the points will add up. You will get 1, 2 or 3 points per credit that you got. There is one you can normally get for getting the maximum of this normal ranking if you go to 21. After that it actually continues if I reach this, which I should definitely reach with more than 1 day to go. I get another 2 legendary hero fragments. Getting this one might be out of reach, probably out of reach, but that would be very nice to get as well. Another 3, maybe I'm going to do some effort for that, not sure yet. For the ranking rewards, it's not no legendary hero fragments are given here, but I very likely wouldn't rank anyway. So those are some of the ways. They might introduce other ways, there might be other ways. So always pay attention to events, look at the leaderboard rewards, and if you see an opportunity to get this generic legendary hero fragments that you can exchange for any legendary hero, pay some attention and be willing to spend your biocaps, your speed ups or whatever to get there. It's very those are very useful, as you can upgrade your best heroes with them. Besides those generic fragments, there is also the possibility currently for race plays to get some ash fragments with spins. You can buy spins with biocaps. Probably I'm going to buy some and spend some. You can get lucky to get 5 or 1. Like I was lucky the first 3 spin I got 1. So that is a possibility. Another thing is also that when you spin 5 times, you get 3 S fragments guaranteed. When you spin 15 times, you get 6 S fragments guaranteed. It's not a huge amount. 35 is probably out of reach for non-spenders. But you would get 12 fragments. So if you spend up, if you save up your biocaps, this is a good way to use it to get some extra fragments of ash. Very valuable in my eyes. So there might be other ways, so keep an eye on that and get them and be willing to spend and save up to improve, make use of these rewards. Unfortunately, in the value voucher at this moment, Ash is not available yet. Maybe she will be added later. That would be nice. Okay. Finally going to Jab. At this moment I'm not doing anything that actively for Jab. I actually did purchase for biocaps, purchase Jab fragments in this value voucher event, but I actually regret it. I don't think it's a good move. I can better wait and focus on Ash for now and hopefully get Zoe sometime soon and wait with my valuable resources like biocaps to spend them on a hero that I'm very happy about, and I'm not that convinced of this Jab. But for now, so now and then you get some free ones you get some from the legendary, the epic search map. So you can still focus, put some focus on it. I might, if I'm unable to get anything better, I might switch to Jab by the time that I have upgraded Ash to Lieutenant Colonel 1, but I'm not that sure about it yet. So my main focus is actually Ash. Looking at my epic heroes, this is a legendary hero is part of the plan for now, especially in the situation of the hunter. I have Eva maxed out, which is much better than Jab, so I never used Jab yet. My best team at the moment is Eva, good together with Ash and Maddie. If I look at the combat, the military stats, I have a preference for Eva over Sarge because Eva gives this enemy settlement troop health debuff of 19.5%, while Sarge maxed out as everything the same except for a troop infected defense, which is nice if you do battle with infected, but I don't find it that important, so I prefer to have a bit better boost for doing for attacking enemy settlements. For the rest, I just have your team with probably Maddie is already the best for most players, but have your Eva and Chef or Sarge and Chef ready, have them leveled up to a high level and only switch to the legendary heroes once they are above your epic heroes. Okay, this is mostly focused, or until now I've just been focusing on non-spenders, free-to-play players. Sorry. If you spend a little bit, most of the suggestions or tips that I give here still hold. You need to spend a lot to be able to max out a Zoe or to max out a Ash. If you spend a little bit, I would say do it to get Ash to a certain level higher, but still consider that it will be very expensive to get her past Lieutenant Colonel 1. Maybe at that time you can unlock Zoe and focus on getting Zoe to Lieutenant Colonel 1 instead of trying to max out Ash, which is either way you do it, whether you use in-game credits or whether you use real money, it's going to be an expensive process. Yeah, so that's basically what I want to say for low spenders. Also be selective about what you do, and if you as a low spender are going to spend money on improving Medi, just realize that will just buy you a very small advantage, because even you yourself will catch up for free. So still upgrading Medi in the for free ways and using your money to upgrade heroes or do other things actually that are much harder to do. That is, that might be the better strategy. I'm not even sure whether going for heroes is the best way. I haven't really done a comparison of spending money, but there are certain ways that your account is kind of locked. For example, when it comes to chief gear or when it comes to hero gear, you won't get further than a certain point without spending or having to really wait for a very long time. So you might, if you want to spend, you might focus on that as well instead of heroes, or again being selective where to spend it on heroes. Okay, that was it. I hope this helps a bit with putting some focus on which legendary heroes to improve. Yeah, eventually, now my main focus for my biocaps and my generic legendary hero fragments is Ashe. Hopefully after that I can go for Zoe. I've unlocked her by then, or maybe there is something better in the game by then. And probably after that I'm going to look at an alternative for Medi. Medi is not, if you look at the boost rider attack 144 already at this level, it's not so good compared to Ashe, which is at 10 levels lower and already has 150. So I'm sure there will be rider heroes who also give better boosts. So it's, for example, I expect Mio to be a lot better. So eventually I might switch, and once I have Ashe to Lieutenant Colonel 1, hopefully Zoe to Lieutenant Colonel 1, I might focus on getting Mio there as well. At the same time still using my for free way to get Medi better, but you focus my spending of biocaps using my generic legendary hero fragments to Mio at that time, for example. Okay, that's it for my tips. If you have any comments or any questions, any suggestions for fellow players, it's always much appreciated. And thanks for watching.